Meteorologist Brian Hughes and Spencer Atkins will let you know what the weather will be like when you hit the road next on 13 News This Morning.
Good morning. I'm Brian Hughes. Spencer Atkins in the building as well as we're monitoring these showers and thunderstorms. We've got Eric Taylor, who is working his way closer to Portsmouth for the thunderstorm that is severe out there around Scioto, Lewis County. And we've also got Chelsea Spears. She's heading up I-77. She'll be intercepting that cell that's around the Portsmouth area later on this morning.
We'll see if we can find any rotation. And there we go. Now we're starting to see some of that. There it is. There's that column right there. And this is west of Mount Gilead near Helena. Here we go. 70-mile-an-hour wind right there. That's in Kentucky. And that's this is now on the very far western side, friends, where our television viewing area is. But it's there, and Lewis County is ours, so we're going to cover this. So we want to watch out in those areas for the potential of some damaging winds in the Portsmouth area as we speak. We'll go back to the radar, and also, Brian, some hail with that.
We've seen rotation in the mid and lower levels of the atmosphere, but right now some gusty winds around Tollsboro. We do not believe there is a tornado that is on the ground in this area, but we have seen some hail, and also this red area indicates some very gusty winds.
Watch out for a possible 60-mile-an-hour wind gust with that. Currently, we think we've seen a couple of little pops where it got up to about 50, 58. And also, again, that's a bit of a straight line wind kind of a look right there, moving into Firebreak, Kentucky, and Portsmouth again, and coming across the Scioto River.
That is correct. Eric Taylor is out on the road. Eric, tell us where you are. We know we're getting you closer to Portsmouth as we head through this morning.
Yeah, we're slowly creeping along, Brian, towards the Portsmouth area right now. We are right outside the city limits. Showers and thunderstorms coming down pretty heavy. Visibility is reduced with heavy rain. Haven't felt too much of the wind just yet, but I see a little bit of that water now starting to sit here on the roadway as we head into town.
One thing we are watching right now are some of the rain totals that we've seen over the last 3 hours, and all it takes is about an inch to an inch and a half, and next thing you know, we have the potential for some flash flooding.
Right now we are dealing with some light showers at this point. We're in the Ravenswood area, so I want to show you what's going on. We're giving you a live look right now at I-77 South in the Ripley-Ravenswood area, where we have those light showers. Like I mentioned, the road is wet right now, but we aren't running into too many issues at this.
It looks like the bottom edge of that is trying to fizzle out just a smidgen, but still, we ran into heavy rain back there towards the Greenup exit, as well as all of that lightning that we continue to see and the bubbling of the cumulus clouds above. And that's a sign that there is still some juice to work with as this starts to work its way towards Ironton and eventually out through Huntington.
All right, that'd be a great plan. Yeah, if you can kind of tuck right there where you are, it's going to come right over top of you. You're just a few miles ahead of it. Everybody who's heading west is going to run into that. You're running east, and everyone who's going back the other direction away from you, they're going to run into that storm, and it is a doozy. Here we go. We can see it in 3D structure right now. Brian has put this up again. We're the only ones that have this, that we can throw it on the air, and wow. So here we are. Here's Ironton. Eric's coming down the road right here, right on the Ohio side of the river. Here we are in Ironton, and if you're looking up, if the daylight, you know, it's blocking the daylight. And we're up under what we would call the vault area right there. This is where the wind is going up into the storm, and the storm is twisting. Upstairs winds can punch a portion of the storm down, like what we see over here. This is amazing technology to be able to look down through this storm, and those are massive raindrops, if not a hail core up here.
Yeah, Spitzer, we're looking at this as a hail core.
That's a hail core
here,
yep.
and that's a loft. And when we say a loft, watch this thunderstorm as
watch
it moves.
Just grow. There's your updraft. See, this wasn't that big, and then all of a sudden, so that's hail. That stuff's going to come down, and probably right over here by Ellisonville and Five Forks.
Yeah.
It can't stay up there. I mean, it's not, you know, there's gravity involved. So the stuff will get too big and drop. Then we're going to deal with the water problem. At least now the sun's coming up. I'd rather deal with this going into 7 a.m. as opposed to 7 p.m.
And Spencer, just reports out of Gallia County from the 911 Center, Sheriff's Department, multiple roads that are covered in water because of the heavy rain that's passed through that area. They are looking at multiple road closures, too many at this point to name.
Brian and Spencer, that rain is just not letting up. It's still coming down, but we're going through waves where it's really heavy, really light. Right now, actually, it's still coming down hard, but this is one of the lighter periods we've seen when it comes to this rain here in Ravenswood.
If you've said, I haven't had any rain, I feel robbed, just hang on. You're going to get that. This will be sometime around let's say 11, 12 or so through the Charleston area. Then eventually on through Summersville. So you're looking at this stepping through about every 60 to 90 minutes, just like that. That is not going to be something that we're going to escape. This is moving its way to the east. Everyone will get a taste of those storms today.
And Spencer, I was looking at another, the radar that's out of Wilmington. I was just looking at that just now, and I noticed that on the front edge of this line is going to produce some significant wind gusts.
Right.
And I mean,
with more wind with this round, because this is closer to the cold front. Actually, more wind than the first round.
And there are pockets of wind that are significant here. This is the area that we're concerned with, that is going to be pink just to the north of Buena Vista, back up to Firebrick, Portsmouth, just here in Portsmouth, West Portsmouth as well. This thunderstorm complex is capable of producing wind speeds in excess of 70 miles an hour. We have seen radar indications of tornadic type of winds associated with this line.
Spencer, behind me you can see the clouds are moving along pretty good. We have tornado sirens going off across the river right now, and I think that's for the Portsmouth area. As you look in the distance, of course, yes, you're seeing the shelf cloud. You're also seeing a little bit of a lowering, kind of a wall feature starting to develop here as the low-level jet rips over the top, and we're getting some obscurity here as the cell basically comes up and over top of the mountain. But you are seeing that shelf, the wind moving along aloft, and if you listen, as I'll stop talking here for a minute, you can hear the tornado sirens in the distance right across the river going off. So you want to get in that safe place now, whether it's the innermost closet with all the walls around you, the bathroom, or the basement.
And so where Eric is right here at West Portsmouth. The leading edge of that cloud is just working over him as we speak, and that's what we see in the little box up above us.
And that thunderstorm's about to run right over Eric Taylor. And,
there he is. Oh, look at that. Yeah,
let's check it. Eric, you on the horn? What's happening there?
Go ahead and take him full. Let's see that. Oh, lightning strike. Goodness, wow. Oh, they're moving. Okay, so they're moving. Go ahead,
headed our way. Yep. We're getting ready to move. We got lightning and a transformer by us, so we want to get in the car to be safe. And that wall of water is moving this way.
There you go. There
wow,
it is.
That is an.
All right, go ahead and get in the car. Guys, get in the car. I mean, look at how fast it's advancing. That's about a mile away, and literally, look at that. Look at that. My goodness. That is a wall of water right there coming down. Now, these guys, they're all right. They're in a good spot. They're going to get packed up here. So we're in long-form broadcasting for the tornado warning. You're watching WOWK TV 13 in Huntington, Charleston, West Virginia. And we're looking here at that storm continuing to churn its way rapidly to the east. And we're going to see our frame come up here. And this is what we wanted to share with you again. The shelter rules are in the basement, closet, hallway, bathtub, lowest level of the house. Those are all obviously very important. Titus Road, Jesse Creek, State Route 554. These are all spots that people need to be in shelter. And 124 runs down and dumps out here at 7, just west of Pomeroy, out there where they built a new car dealership. So everybody out there needs to be in shelter as we speak. We have our producer, Eden Clark, who's one of our new employees who lives in Scioto County. And I was concerned about you first of all today because I know you have a long drive to work, so I'm glad to know that you're all right here on the line with us. But Eden, what are you seeing in Scioto County right now?
Well, I was just in Portsmouth. I crossed the bridge to the Kentucky side because that's normally how I come to work. It has finally slowed down a little bit. It's still raining. There's still lightning, but it has slowed down. Just a few minutes ago, it was very, very heavy winds. The sky it looked black. There was a spout of hail. And it's pretty dangerous, and then there's flooding on a lot of the side roads.
Mike is the one who shot the video in Greenup County earlier. Okay, we're just trying to effort to make sure that I get him on the line. Mike, are you with us?
Yeah, I'm with you.
Okay, buddy. We did see your video previously. Thank you for sending that in. Tell me what you have seen, because it looked like you were in kind of a flat spot there, but it was something else. The water really came up. And here's your video on the screen, Mike.
Yeah, I got up this morning, went down South Shore and looked around, wanted to get some video, and there was a lot of rain, flowing down through there, and never seen nothing like it before. It was just very heavy downpour. Water everywhere, out of the banks and everything. It was quite a bit of rain out here.
Severe weather pounding the area. I'm Jack Kane. This is 13 News at Noon. That storm system prompting students in Kanawha County schools to shelter in place as it rolled through.
We've been getting a lot of reports of power outages in the area. How many are we up to right now at this very second?
We're close to about 9,000 people in the Kanawha County area that are without power. We are currently working with AEP to try and get those problems rectified as soon as possible.
A large tree was knocked over at the University of Charleston during the storm. Take a look at this. It's knocked over right on top of a pickup truck. 13 News photojournalist John Holland is live in Nitro right now, which sustained some pretty heavy damage in the storm. John?
Afternoon, Jack. I'm currently out here on Woodson Drive. It's right off of Route 25 in the Rock Branch area. Let me turn you around here and show you what we got. This is multiple trees down in this area, multiple power lines down. There are many customers without power in this area. I was talking to an AEP guy who was out here checking out the lines and such, and said there was multiple lines down in this area as well as trees.
Let me tell you, there is some serious damage here. People have been talking tornado all morning. Of course, nothing's been verified here in Ashland, but the downtown area hit hard. Let me show you behind me here some of the worst damage. We've got what they were talking about, straight line winds. One guy just called it a rampaging wind that came through. These are 3 different utility poles, telephone poles, electric and phone that are down, and if you take a look over, you can see what's left of the roof of the Giovanni's warehouse that I'm standing next to.
I want to show you this. This is Route 8 in Jackson County as we had the flooding rainfall that was coming down early this morning. You see the water crossing the road. More pictures and video out of Greenbrier Road, Portsmouth, Ohio. Portsmouth, you had multiple rounds of severe thunderstorms. Portsmouth, you could even hear the tornado sirens this morning as a tornado warning worked its way through the area.
And now we're here in Buffalo. Buffalo actually really dodged most of the heavy weather. All we have out here pretty much is some standing water, and it is pretty thick in spots, so something to look out for. Most of this is slowly starting to recede, but the problem is the ground is so wet that you can really not soak up all of that water. So this could be a little bit of an issue over the next day ahead.
A live look now at the AEP power outage map. You could see over 70,000 people still without power right now. We're continuing to monitor those outages for you. And right now, 13 News reporter Randy Yohe is live in Kentucky with the latest look at damage there. Randy?
Widespread damage throughout Kentucky, Patrick. It kind of started in our neck of the woods in Lewis County, then traveled through Greenup County to here in Boyd County as well.
This video now, a massive tree falling right on top of that car in Lawrence County, Ohio. The owner says all she heard was a loud bang. And when she looked outside, that tree toppled her car.
Patrick, we're here on Sheridan Road in Rock Branch, and if you take a look at this tree over here, giant tree that had toppled all the way across this road, blocking it for hours. Crews just finished clearing that tree up. The power company's here, the tree removal company is here, because that's the case all around this neighborhood.
If you see water over the roadway, do not cross that area. The water will go down later tonight. These areas received 2 to 4 inches of rainfall. We're not going to spend too much time looking back because we need to tell you what's next here in the weather department, which would be a few scattered showers and storms. Yes, this is right along this actual push down. I know this is showing us the cold front, but the actual cold air is right there, and there is a new line of thunderstorms right along I-64. Not the best news as people are driving through Putnam County right now, heading into the Charleston area, but that's not severe. That's a nuisance. You saw the sunshine back here, and yes, you see snow up to the north. How about that for a change? That is really going to change the situation. Again, right there, you can see that we do have some showers and some thunderstorms, and they are brewing again right across Interstate 64 as people are trying to make their way. It's 64 Charleston, but 53 Columbus and 36 in Chicago, and that's the kind of air that is moving our way. So 59 degrees here at 7 with those showers. The showers drop off 55 by 9 o'clock. 47 degrees by 11 o'clock, and we're going to continue down into some chilly territory. All these people with no power tonight need to think about blankets, coats, and seriously, being safe and smart about alternative heating sources tonight. Thinking about burning wood or kerosene or things like that. You got to really be super careful tonight, and let's make sure that we don't have any problems with those kind of situations. But 35 at the bus stop. We're going to be back to talk more about snow in just a few minutes.
Severe weather and high winds hit our area.
60 miles per hour.
Stormtracker 13 warned you of the coming danger.
This is time to get into your safe spots.
And gave you tips on how to be safe.
It would not be a good idea for you guys to go outside right now.
Stay with 13 News and the Stormtracker 13 team for continuing coverage of storm damage. Stormtracker 13, keeping you safe on the air, on the web, and on your phone.